Hello, my name is Keshwani. It's Keshwani, Keshwani. I have been solving math problems for GRE out of this book here, practicing to take the GRE general test, the 10th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. The problem that I'm about to solve is the one that you're going to find on page number 342. Number 11, quantitative comparison question, hence the QC, number 11. Let's take a look at it. It says, we are told that x and y are positive integers. X and y are positive integers. What does it mean, integers? Integer is just a very fancy way of saying whole number. In other words, neither x nor y can be fraction. It cannot be half or 3/4 or negative 3/2. They have to be whole number and they have to be positive, both x and y. And then they go on to tell us that x is more than 1. X is more than 1. Let's put that a little bit on the side here so that we have room to talk about them. X is more than 1, and then they tell us that y is less than 2. Let's start with y. Y, we are told that it's less than 2. We are told that it is less than 2, and we are also told that it has to be positive and it has to be a whole number. That pretty much narrows down the value or values that y can assume. You see, here is your number line. Here is your 0, here is your positive 1, and here is your positive 2. Y has to be less than 2, so y has to be to the left of this thing. It has to be positive and it has to be a whole number. That basically leaves us with one choice. That's it, that's your y. Y has to be positive 1, it cannot be anything else. Y, this tells us that y has to be positive 1. It cannot be any other value. Positive 1, because after that we have a 0 and then we have negative. So it has to be positive, it has to be positive, it has to be whole number, it has to be less than 2. By the time you put all of those three conditions together, the fact that it has to be positive, it cannot be negative 3, it has to be positive, it has to be a whole number, it cannot be fraction, and it has to be less than 2. It cannot be 2, it has to be less than 2. There is only one value that will satisfy all of those three conditions, which is positive 1. That is your y. What about x? X, we are told, is more than 1. We know that it has to be more than 1, it has to be positive, and it has to be a whole number. X can be positive 2, or it could be positive 20, or it could be positive 3, or it could be positive 30, or 300, or 3000. There are infinite possibilities that x can assume. Anywhere from positive 2, all the whole numbers starting with positive 2. Positive 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to infinity. Let's see what we are asked to compare. Oh, there you go. We are asked to compare in column A, we have x, and in column B, we have 2 times y. Well, we know already that y has to be positive 1. So 2 times positive 1 is positive 2. And this quantity is fixed. This cannot change because of the fact that y is fixed. Let's put it here. A box indicates that it is fixed. It cannot change. So 2 times positive 1 has to be positive 2. So column B, value of the column B is fixed. Column x, on the other hand, we know that x has to be more than 1. Maybe it is positive 2. In which case the answer would be C. Or maybe x is positive 20. In which case the answer would be A. Because we have a conflict, C or A. Either if x happens to be 2, then the two values are equal to each other in 2 columns. But if x happens to be positive 20 or positive 3 or positive 4 or anything other than positive 2, more than positive 2, the answer will change to A. Because we have a conflict, the correct answer is D. The correct answer here is D. And that's all. That's it, we are done. About a third of the people had difficulty with this problem. 2/3 of the people who took this exam had no trouble with this problem at all. 67% of the people got this question right. And the answer here is, correct answer here is D. because of the fact that it changes from C to A. If x is positive 2, the answer is C. If x is anything more than positive 2, the answer will become A, because the quantity in column B is already fixed. Quantity in column B is 2 times positive 1, which is positive 2, and which is fixed. It will not change. But value in column A, value of x, we do not know. So the answer is D. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to get hold of me for personal private tutoring, I do face-to-face tutoring. I also tutor over the internet via Skype, and I also do consulting tutoring services. I also provide consulting and tutoring services over the telephone. If there is anything at all that I can help you with in your preparation for GRE, go to my website at www.for4gre.com and send me an email. Or you can go to www.KeshwaniPrep.com and send me an email. Alright? Thanks.